having faith in the call from the Lord's servants was crucial in the missionary service of my great-grandfather, Henry Eyring. He was baptized on March 11th, 1855. Keep track of these dates now, it's going to matter. That'll be on the final exam. He was baptized on March 11th, 1855, March 11th, in St. Louis, Missouri. Erastus Snow ordained him to the office of a priest shortly thereafter. Orson Spencer called him to serve a mission to the Cherokee Nation on October 6th. He was ordained an elder on October 11th. He left on horseback for the Cherokee mission on October 24th. He was 20 years old and a convert of only 7 months. If any priesthood holder had a reason to feel unqualified or unprepared, it was Henry Eyring. The only reason he could have had the courage to go was that he knew in his heart that God had called him through his authorized servants. It was the source of his courage. That must be the source of our courage to persevere, whatever our callings in the priesthood. After Elder Eyring had served for 3 difficult years, and upon the death of the mission president, Henry was nominated and sustained as the president of the mission in a meeting held on October 6, 1858. He was surprised and as shocked as a new deacon would be. He wrote in his journal, "It was quite unexpected to me to be called to that responsible office, but as it was the will of the brethren, I cheerfully accepted, feeling at the same time my great weakness and lack of experience." The now President Eyring traveled to the Cherokee, Creek, and Choctaw nations. Through his efforts, the Lord added, as Henry recorded, a number to the church. He organized 2 branches, but noted that, quote, "very few are alive in the cause," close quote. A year later, Henry was faced with a difficult reality that the political leaders among the people he was serving no longer permitted the Latter-day Saint missionaries to do their work. As he pondered what he should do, he recalled the instruction from his previous mission president indicating that he should, quote, "prolong his mission until 1859. In October of that year, Henry wrote a letter to President Brigham Young for direction, but he did not get a reply to his question. Henry recorded, open quote, "not being able to hear anything from the presidency of the church, I called upon the Lord in prayer, asking him to reveal to me his mind and will in regard to my remaining longer or going up to Zion," close quote. He continued, open quote, "the following dream was given to me in answer to my prayer. I dreamt I had arrived in Salt Lake City and immediately went to President Young's office where I found him. I said to him, all in the dream, 'President Young, I have left my mission, have come of my own accord, but if there is anything wrong in this, I am willing to return and finish my mission.' In the dream, the prophet replied, 'You have stayed long enough. It is all right.'" Henry wrote in his journal, "Having had dreams before, which were literally fulfilled, I had faith to believe that this also would be, and consequently, I commenced at once to prepare for a start." He arrived in Salt Lake City, August 29th, 1860, having walked most of the way. The next day, he walked into the office of President Brigham Young. Henry described that experience in these words, quote, "I called upon President Young, who received me very kindly. I said to him, 'President Young, I have come without being sent for. If I have done wrong, I am willing to return and finish my mission.' Brigham Young answered, 'It is all right. We have been looking for you.'" Henry described his joy saying, "Thus my dream was literally fulfilled." His joy came from a confirmation that the Lord had been working with and watching over him. He learned what is true for all of us. that the Lord's servants are inspired to know the Lord's will. And Henry Eyring had confirmed what I know as well, that the prophet of God, as the president of the priesthood, is inspired of God to watch over and care for the Lord's servants and to call them.